Hi, my name is Minnie Cortez, and today the article that I'm going to be focusing on is titled Lawyers Lacking Qualifications Defended 1,200 Cuyahoga County Kids. And this article was released on September 12th, 2024. And this article discusses an issue where more than 1,200 children who were accused of serious crimes in Cuyahoga County were defended by court appointed lawyers who lacked state mandated qualifications. And many of the public defenders or private attorneys lack knowledge of juvenile law, and majority of the cases were ultimately tried in an adult court. The project, the Marshall Project of Cleveland spoke to more than a dozen young people who are now adults about their experiences with court-appointed lawyers. One young man named Demarion Harris, who will be 26 years old when he is up for parole in the year 2030, had no idea how the court picked his attorney. Mr. Harris mentioned that his attorney seemed rushed and did not explain to him any key defense options, which included how they could fight to keep their cases out of adult court. And this caused frustration for those juveniles being tried in an adult court and to their parents as well. An interview with a parent stated that parents would attempt to reach out to these attorneys via email or by phone and would never get a response. And so these parents were just showing concern because they wanted to know, the process of what their child was going to be tried on. And their multiple attempts of trying to get a hold of the attorneys always went without being answered. And so, according to the article, for years, private attorneys who applied for case assignments in Cuyahoga County were not required to provide proof of their qualifications, which included trial experience and continuing legal education. And the state relied on judges and courts to track and verify the attorney's qualifications, and they never did. So it's at no surprise that many cases were being sent over to adult courts, and because the attorneys assigned to these cases were just not qualified to handle them. And just reading about this article, it just reminded me a lot about the textbook, especially under chapter 8, where we are learning about ethical standards of legal professionals, which include attorneys. And under this section titled Ethics for Legal Professionals, we're introduced to a model code, which is the general guide for ethical behavior that is termed the Model Rules of Professional Conduct. And the first section of the model code is titled Client Lawyer Relationship. And this section offers rules that require the attorney to maintain a level of competence and not take cases that are beyond his or her expertise, which is basically what these attorneys were doing in Cuyahoga County. And this section also mandates that the attorney should practice due diligence and communicate with their client. Um, so yeah, this is something that definitely the court-appointed attorneys from Cuyahoga County were not doing. They weren't um, meeting they weren't attending to cases that were in their level of expertise. They were taking on things that they could not handle. And so, in conclusion, we see that the lack of professional conduct of the court appointed attorneys from Cuyahoga County and the lack of professionalism the court's administrative offices had failed juveniles who were being tried in adult court versus juvenile court. And had these attorneys been better qualified or had been disqualified to their lack of credentials, the juveniles might have had a better chance when sentenced for the crimes they had committed. This is where I believe all attorneys need to practice the model code that is mentioned in the textbook in order to provide the best services for their clients. So this sums up the video, and I do hope that you guys all enjoyed it. Thank you.